The Democrats have been fighting to stop Trump's nominees. It was a wild scene happening. I think it's still live, actually. This has been going on all night. And here's Corey.
Whether you're someone who is worried that vote will come in and upend educational funding, that
like 3 hours. So they did 3-hour sessions. So Ron Wyden and others were out talking all night long, all midnight. It's been going all night.
That my cost of living would get better, but are now seeing that indeed, whether it is a tax on streams of revenue for middle-class families or the police in my community, or whether it's
transgender comics in Peru.
Of tariffs with our neighbors.
Yeah, you had to think about that one. All right, so
the direct wall business that's barely staying afloat.
Okay, so they've been going for hours and hours. So this was what Chuck Schumer said last night. We're holding the Senate floor all night to fight back against the nomination of Trump's Russell Vought. America saw how bad OMB's illegal, incompetent funding freeze was. We want Americans to hear every hour how bad the dangers are that he poses to their daily lives as OMB head. It's like, my gosh, they're crazy. They want that money so badly. Sheesh. Here's a little bit.
But that's Project 2025 at work. What's Doge's view? Let's cut $2.5 trillion. They don't say how. They don't really care.
They do, actually. They're going to take it from non-performing programs that don't serve American interests.
As long as they can just slash government, hurt Americans, so that their billionaire friends can pay even less taxes than they do now, despite...
No, we don't want to pay for stupid things. All right, so that's Schumer. So they did... It's wild to see what their priorities are. They didn't freak out about OMB like this. They didn't freak out about DOJ like this, like any other agency. But you come and you touch that money. Oh my goodness, look at them. They're nuts all night. They've been doing this. They don't do this for anything. They didn't do this for Ukraine. They didn't do this for Israel. They did it for nobody. But you take away their money and they just lose their minds. Here's another one. Here's Schatz. He's out from Hawaii. And I love that we have him from Hawaii. It's great. We got the sex-obsessed freak Hirono and Schatz, both coming out of Hawaii. It's perfect. So he did the same thing. We're holding the floor all night to oppose the nomination of Russ Vought. Listen.
With Head Start shut down, with the agencies illegally stormed and the servers being seized, we've got to fight back. And we're united, all 47 Democrats, in opposition to Russ Vought's nomination.
Okay, so they did that last night. Now it's not just going to be Democrat hour. I just want to show you what they're all doing. Senator Amy Klobuchar, they're holding a vote for 30 hours to debate, to speak out on this, the architect of Project 2025. And we didn't spend a lot of time on Project 2025, but if this is Project 2025, I'm loving it. It's like Mickey D's. Hey, for director, says, I'm scheduled to speak at midnight, so make some coffee and tune in to C-SPAN. Carly Bonnie Amazing says, I'd rather eat my salad with a comb, because I think that was part of her rumor, like they put it in a book. Was that her? Or was that some other Democrat weird person? So Tim Sheehy's a Republican. He came out. He says, we're out here fighting back against this. I spent all night on the Senate floor so we can continue confirming Trump's cabinet despite Democrat obstruction tactics that aren't going to work or do anything. Nights, weekends, holidays, whatever it takes to get Trump's cabinet in place so we can get America back on track. And it's just a giant show, really. Here's what even Mark Wayne Mullen said, right? He's another Republican senator, and he's from Oklahoma. He said, Adam Schiff, right? Even Pencilneck was screaming about this. Pencilneck said, I'll be helping hold the floor tonight and speaking out. Mark Wayne said, great, whatever. You guys have fun. Enjoy yourselves. See you on the floor tomorrow at 7 p.m. tomorrow when we inevitably confirm Russ Vought for OMB director. It's just like a big event where they're all enjoying themselves and making little clips for their constituents. But here's Tim Sheehy explaining what he's doing. And man, it looks dreary there in D.C.
Morning, everybody. It is morning, 1:57 a.m., Thursday,
Morning.
February 6th.
Good to see you.
I'm going to the Capitol here, walking through the rain from my apartment so we can sit here and do nothing all night from 2 to 4 a.m. and the rest of the night in the morning because the Democrats have chosen to obstruct President Trump's cabinet nominees. For some reason, they feel they have an unelected mandate to do so. The reality is they don't have a mandate, and they are chewing up valuable legislative floor time we could be using to pass border legislation, to pass legislation to bring down taxes, bring down inflation, and get our economy back on track. Instead, we're going to be wasting valuable floor time in the United States Congress doing nothing as they slow it up. but we're not going to let them stop us. Unfortunately, whatever it takes, nights, weekends, holidays, we're going to get President Trump's cabinet in place so we can get to work getting this country back on track.
All right. Thank you, Tim. We appreciate that.
Get to work.
Let's get to work. Good
Morning,
work over there. All right. So we've got that. Let's see. I think Mark Wayne Mullen was also posting this morning. He said, here's the plan so far for today. Confirm Russ Vought at 7 p.m. Eastern time. Liberals have been eating up floor time, but it doesn't change the outcome. They're just wasting time. We're pressing forward. Says Trump is on a roll, putting America first. Bunch of people coming through. See you guys tonight. That's Mark Wayne Mullen. So it looks like they'll be getting that done. We got another clip here from what MSNBC sounds like. They're all just losing it. Here's what she sounds like.
Websites. Deleting government-funded research that you, the taxpayer, paid for to impose speech codes, bullying news organizations by demanding interview transcripts, implementing an FBI purge.
What? You don't want to share your transcripts? You're okay with corrupt FBI agents who illegally raided people and swore out unlawful probable cause statements and made up criminal charges against J6 defendants, calling them violent when they were not, calling them obstructionary when they were not, turning simple trespass charges into 20-year felonies and things like that. You don't want them to be purged?
Kicking federal workers out of their computers and even...
Yeah, they're not supposed to be employed or touching their computers. They were put on hold.
Turning them away at their offices while giving themselves, without congressional or any other authorization, full access to the personal data.
There is authorization, actually, by the way. DOGE is a renaming of an Obama program that was like a tech support program. It's called like Digital Services Partnership Selective something, DSPS, something like that. Then they renamed it into DOGE, called it the Digital Something of Efficiency Service, changed it. It's all properly appropriated. Trump just is executing it differently in alignment with the prior creation of it, issued an executive order. It's like a tech support team, essentially. And it was supposed to manage the technical infrastructure of the executive branch. It's like the DNI, but for the executive branch. It already exists. It's already funded. Congress has already appropriated. They just basically changed the name and structured it and said, okay, this is what we're doing now. So it's all legal. And they're unhappy about it. They should have been unhappy when Obama created it. So Mark Wayne Mullen, he came out, and here's what he sounded like yesterday with Fox Business.
We hope the Democrats actually stay down this path because they're going to keep losing elections. They're absolutely tone deaf to the American people. The American people overwhelmingly chose President Trump by popular vote and electoral college, not even close, that they wanted change and they wanted the government to start working for them and get rid of the ridiculous DEI left woke agenda. And then they had to pick a villain, and their villain's Elon Musk. God forbid the most successful entrepreneur in the world right now would come in as a consultant and look through the waste and fraud inside the American government. Wow. Why wouldn't we do that? There's successful companies all across the United States and all across the world hire consultants. We absolutely have the best that can come in and help lead the way, because you can't leave this up to politicians to do it, because every time we cut something, we're cutting someone's jobs that honestly is in our district. But if we allow a consultant like Elon to come in and make these suggestions, by the way, he can see it from an unbiased perspective, we can actually start saving taxpayer dollars and get the government back on track, working for the American people. But Senator...
All right, so nice job there from Mark Wayne Mullen. And here was the exact executive order that they're so upset about. You can read it and see what it says. The executive order establishes the DOGE to implement the president's technology and software efficiency and productivity. Here's the agency. DOGE structure. They're going to reorganize and rename an existing entity. Okay, it's not new. They didn't make it up out of nowhere. It is a renaming of the United States Digital Service. That's all it is, renaming it. The United States Digital Service, which is existed and properly appropriated already and given tremendous power, thank you, Obama, is hereby publicly renamed to the United States DOGE Services, right? USDS. So it goes from USDS to USDS, same initials. Shall be established in the executive office of the president. Says there shall be a USDS administrator established in the executive office who shall report to the chief of staff. Further established within the USDS, now DOGE, in accordance with this, is a temporary organization known as the DOGE temporary service organization shall be headed by the administrator dedicated to advancing the 18-month DOGE agenda, shall terminate July 4th, and more. Shall not be interpreted to imply the termination, attenuation, or amendment, or anything else. In consultation with USDS, they'll establish their respective agencies, a DOGE team of at least 4 people, special government employees hired and assigned within 30 days of this order. Agency heads shall select and DOGE team members in consultation, include 1 team lead. It's just a structural change. 1 team lead. We're making teams. This agency has already been allowed under prior administrations. We're renaming it. We're creating another small team within it. And then this is what the structure of those teams are going to look like. And they're going to work with their respective agency heads, right? It was already a technology company that was supposed to be interfacing with all of the agencies to modernize technology. And they're going to do that. That's all it is. It's software modernization initiative to improve the quality and the efficiency of government-wide software infrastructure and IT. And they shall work with agency heads. It's totally in alignment with Obama's prior order. Agency heads shall take the necessary steps to ensure they've got access to all unclassified agency records. Okay, it's unclassified, never said classified anything. And you shall adhere to data protection standards. The executive order displaces all prior orders insofar as they're subject to amendment that might serve as a barrier to them. It doesn't do anything else. It doesn't create this. It doesn't adjust the functions and more. So there it is, right? And they're all just melting down about this. It's creating a new agency. It's all nuts. This is all just, it's a renaming of an existing agency that you guys were thrilled with when Barry had it running.